We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, continuing to fight to hold support. And in today's volatility, our SPY bot at 1:40 p.m. sent out a bear indicator. From that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, fighting to hold support here. And in today's video, we're going to break down the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow and what's going on with the inflow versus outflow. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. The home run today was spectacular and beyond expectations, and if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run today was from our Netflix bot. Our Netflix bot at 9:01 a.m. sent out a bear indicator, and from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 120% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. Here we are with the SPY stock, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition here from the rip area to multiple dip areas on 42 vision. If this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY stock, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition and going from a bear indicator back to a bull indicator here in the second half of the day at 529.50, canceling out that bear indicator from the 530.95 level to be exact. And you can see the consolidation and weakness every time I try to get over 531 and closer to the 531.50 level, which has been a crucial level of resistance here. We've rejected it nearly 3 times, and even today in the last several days and weeks, definitely something to not ignore. And here in the after hours, it got really close to it, or right at it there. You could see at 531.50, and in the pre-market and yesterday going into the after hours, it has rejected it in the last 2 days and the last several days. So definitely something to not ignore at that key level of resistance. Now, it has been using the support as well really strong here, because 528 and 527.50 have been crucial levels, and that's where things slowed down today and came back up, and it's fighting to stay above 530. Now, it wasn't just the SPY with this volatility. You had the QQQ fall down and come right back up. A full transition so far and back under a bull indicator on 42 vision. You have Tesla falling all day, as you saw, and it's done a full transition from the rip area to the dip area. It was the home run of the day as well from our bots. And then you also have here Apple full transition under a bear indicator since 192, fighting to stay above 190 here. And then the home run of the day, Netflix doing a full transition from bright green bars to white with red borders, and a bear indicator up here at 649, and it's fighting to stay above 638 here in the after hours. So I will be watching as a lot of these are in dip areas and fighting to stay above key support levels, how they react going into tomorrow, especially that the SPY is back under a bull indicator, right? Now in the bigger picture, on the 1 hour, it has a bear indicator here at 530.62 to be exact, and it needs to go ahead and get canceled to justify any further move to the upside. So I will be watching that closely here going into tomorrow, and we're going to take a look at the inflow versus outflows in just a moment as well to justify what's going on within these charts. Now in the volatility of the 15-minute, there was a bear indicator here that was really strong at 531, and it did a full transition from the rip area to the dip areas, and now in the after hours, it is trying to start that staircase effect again to push back up and under a bull indicator at 528.90. I would just round that up to 529, and it's something to not ignore here if it could continue to hold going into tomorrow. Now, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflows and break down the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. Here we are with the SPY stock, the SP 500 index, with outflows dominating in the second half of the day. But to end the day in the after hours, inflows are back above, sitting at 1.75. Now, in the volatility of the day, it was holding itself up. And when that drop happened, a full transition down towards white with red borders and a drop from 531 down to 527, 528 area. These outflows hit lows here of negative 2.53, but quickly came back up. Some of the highest outflows that we've seen in the last several days and weeks, right? Because the recent one was down here at negative 2.11, and it broke slightly below that, but quickly got canceled, right? Inflows are back above, and inflows are dominating again here in this volatility, and a crucial area of support continues to get used. There's a tight range here to not ignore, and we've broke this down in previous videos, and here it is coming back up, but the resistance of 531.50 continues to get tested and rejected, right? It rejected it in the pre-market today, and it rejected it in the after hours. You can see that there in that tight range. So definitely something that needs to be broken through, but with inflows picking up even further to justify the strength of testing it and breaking through it. So it needs to use it as support to go any higher, and that's what I'll be watching going into tomorrow and the rest of this week. And then we also have on the 1 hour outflows crossing here significantly for the first time since way back here on May 2nd and also May 1st, right? Hitting negative 2.94, and today it's sitting at negative 3.39 right before it's actually bounced back up. This is something very interesting here in the live action. It's starting to move up with it, and this needs to hold and confirm, right? It needs to hold. It's just starting this bar here. 58 more minutes to go to confirm these inflows, and if it could stay green and continue pushing up, that will be significant and something to not ignore. And I will be watching that closely going into the rest of these after hours and going into tomorrow, because inflows picking up and any further movement here on the 1 hour, it starts to justify the possible move and retest of key resistance levels. Now, on the 15-minute, outflows have began here, and if it continues to the downside, it could quickly start to reflect that weakness into these charts. And if this continues and crosses the midpoint, the first support is 528.50. If it rolls the weakness over into the 30-minute and pulls it down, the next support I'll be watching is 527.50 and then 525. To the upside, these inflows need to stay above the midpoint, switch from red to green, push upwards, continue this staircase effect, roll it over into the 1 hour and 30-minute, the strength, and the first resistance is 531.50. Then above that, 533, and then I'll be watching 535. So these are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside And to the downside, the bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial, and the inflow versus outflows. I would not ignore them as they're really close to the midpoint and starting to pull down in the volatility of the 15-minute. It needs to stay above to justify any further move. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.